We back. Apparently, what apparently what I did was a heavy water bottle fell on the table where my computer was sitting, and jostled it in such a way that the whole thing froze, like everything locked up. Didn't know that was a thing that could happen, but apparently it is. Like, I somehow... Because that's what happened, like, even looking back at the camera, it froze from my end. I guess. It froze, like, when I looked at the screen and realized, oh, it wasn't just the game, it was everything, I was frozen looking at the water bottle that had just fallen. Like, it's like a totally full, heavy metal thing. And I guess it just, like, caused enough of a bump that it goofed everything up. So, back to what I was saying before. What do you think, man? Should I save these survivors, or should I abandon them because their madness emanates from them and infects people? I mean, it's not their fault, right? So do I save them? I don't think it really... Hey, Timid. You missed it. My computer froze because I dropped a water bottle on the table it was sitting on, and I had to restart everything. I just got back. Timid, let me ask you a question. Asking for a video game friend. Yeah, it was weird. I personally leave them. Madness may be spreading, but if these guys seem worse than most, so bring them up would be combat. Yeah. Okay, we'll abandon the survivors. These poor men. Okay, so the question is, okay, so here's what I'm dealing with. The short version is that I have found that the scientists in this cave system that I just found them in, like, they're crazy. And their crazy is contagious. Like, being in proximity to them makes you go crazy too. So, do I save them because it's not their fault, or do I abandon them because they knew the risks? This game is all shades of gray. It's going to be bad one way or another. So it's like, do we leave them, or do we try to save these people? No, not as far as I know. I guess the cure is go back in time and stop them from getting close to this place. Yeah. They're real crazy too. You missed it, but I talked to them for a little bit and they're crazy. So we'll go with that. The underwater artifact. Let's do mad scientists. Madness on Titania. The outbreak of madness on the Titania was caused by Albert's presence. The crew exiled him on a lifeboat to stop it. Can I do anything else? Burn documents or underwater artifact. The Innsmouthers know the truth about this madness. They need the artifact. They need the artifact and Harriet, the one who took it. Okay, so Albert was the source of the madness. Albert Throgmorton was the source of the madness that made the Titania crew kill one another. Boom. Innsmouthers plot. Abandon survivors. Leave the scientists to die. It's too dangerous to save the survivors. The Innsmouthers or Harriet must have the answers about this madness. Yeah. I'd say we're good. But I still don't think I found everything yet. By the way, here's a little bit here's some benign crazy for you.
Gods lean over us. Gods crawl in us. Gods who have marked me as their aphid.
That's a scientist.
You see now, do you? The splendid horror of the truth.
Sancta Mare, be our eyes, eyes to see the distant stars.
How was your day, Timid? Mine's getting kind of weird. Long and tired. I'm sorry. Was it at least good? Didn't get much sleep, been up since early, but it's been good. Okay, that's good, at least. Oh, here we go. Here's the last thing. Well, how do I use you? I guess like that. Hey, I got a knowledge point. Let's keep this going, baby. We're going deductive method. Gain even more experience from all sources. And then maybe we'll go radiant mind. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I just want all of the experience I can get. So I can get more experience. Sorry. Let's get out of here because this place is terrible. Also, this seems awful. I for sure am gonna get the bends from this, you know? Well, I did it. I found what happened to the expedition. I guess it's time to report to Throgmorton. Yeah, for sure. Yep, there it is. Feel those bends. By the way, he never goes to bed in this game. He always passes out, has a crazy dream, and then wakes up. Usually back in his hotel. Yeah. Don't touch things. What are you doing? Ugh. Nope. Don't like that. This game is sort of trigger warning central. Out of nervousness, I changed my, don't touch any of the things. The one time you don't have gloves on because you're dreaming. But, I actually changed my settings for my stream to say, hey, maybe this isn't great for you to watch if you're a kid. Specifically because I knew I was going to be playing this. Let's see. I wonder if I can... I have other costumes. I'm really annoyed that I can't use daywear. I don't have the investigator pack because you can only get it one way, and I didn't... Ugh, it makes me mad, dude. Hey! How you doing, Shady? I mean, I like this game. I know it's not for everyone, but I'm enjoying myself. I was playing a more buggy version of it the last couple of days, and I was even enjoying the bugs. But I'm having a good time. I like it. Have you played it? Why would you walk around this place dressed like this? Yeah, I finished it when it came out a while back. I got the DLC and everything today. Seems like it's gonna be a good time. It's definitely got some jank, but I dug the vibes in the story. Yeah, I love this sort of thing. I'm a bit of a Lovecraft aficionado, so I enjoy this sort of thing more than some people might. This is just 100% my jam. My diary part 2. The doctors at the Boston Asylum was looking for a way to fix me. Proved to be a tall order. At first, they'd ask me questions. I thought my story would be reported to the officials, but they were just making a list of things to fix. I feared water, so they swaddled me in drenched sheets. I told them about the things in the darkness, so they kept me in dark rooms, blindfolded. No progress until they brought the electrodes. Jeez, they kept my thoughts jumbled. Only the words of the doctor held my mind together. He told me who I am and how to think. He gave me connections to keep me sane. It seems I'm getting used to it. Question is, for better or for worse. Jeez. Yeah, so if you played this, have you played any of the other similar games in the genre? Like, have you played, like, Call of Cthulhu? I also have The Shore, but I think The Shore's pretty short, so I decided to start with this one. No, no, I haven't done Call of Cthulhu. Played some of the detective games, like Heavy Rain / Beyond. Okay. Yeah, try Call of Cthulhu, the recent one, the one that came out, like, around the same time as this one. It's pretty great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than the original Call of Cthulhu, because that game was, like, the proportions and stuff were weird, and it took me a while to figure certain things out. But I enjoyed Call of Cthulhu a lot. Do you know all the background behind Call of Cthulhu in this game? One of my friends fell asleep in the Discord, and she's still she's still there by herself. Hey, it happens. Do I know all the background behind Call of Cthulhu in this game? I know all. I mean, like, are you talking about like the stories that it's all based on? Yeah, for sure. Like, I listen to a lot of Lovecraft stories, podcasts. I have an annotated book. Like, I'm a fan. Racist though he was, he did completely change a genre, or create a genre, really. So, it was the same game, and the publisher's being a prick and tried to get these guys to hand over the code to a different developer. Really? I didn't hear anything about that. I don't know. I thought you meant, like, just in general about, like, Lovecraft and the game itself. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Tell me more, if there's more to tell. I just play the stuff. So there's literally two versions, same origin. Yeah, please do. That's pretty fascinating. Look at that crab. I think it's time to go talk to Throgmorton. Lost at Sea, Casebooks lore, skills. Let's do Casebook, Lost at Sea. Oh, thank you. I'll look at it later. I will open it now, but I will look at it. I will read it later. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed the older version of the game. It's still fun. Alright, yeah, it's time to go talk to Throgmorton. Who is up here. That's where we're going. The dev made Sherlock games previously. Now they're going to take everything they learned from Sinking City and doing an open world Sherlock. I mean, that would be cool. That's pretty cool. I personally am definitely a Lovecraftian fan. Like, Sherlock Holmes is all well and good, but this is I'm here for the Lovecraft elements. Like, I'm here to spot Easter eggs and stuff that nobody else is gonna see. Fave Lovecraft threads? What do you mean by threads? I don't know why I'm going through all this trouble. This is where I need to go. Dreamlands. Oh, I love the Dreamlands, actually. I was just talking to my roommate let me talk to him a little bit about Lovecraft last night, and next thing I knew it was 4 in the morning. I love the Dreamlands. That's a personal favorite. Color Out of Space is fantastic. Shadow over Innsmouth, which is what everybody uses for everything, is still awesome. I was just listening to, was it The Shadow at a Time? I was just, like, going over that the other night. Horror Babble has this really great playlist of just, like, all of the Dreamland stuff all rolled into one long-ass, like, like, video on YouTube, and I just let it play sometimes. I love the Search for Unknown Kadath. That's a personal favorite. Where even am I? We're going to Throgmorton's, it doesn't matter. What about you? What's your favorite? Oh, Mountains of Madness is also great. That's sort of a given. I'm really hoping that Guillermo del Toro eventually does get to make it. Not quite as versed as me, but to be honest, I did some work on this game. Did you really? That's awesome. What is this place? I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna mark it. You did a... I mean, I really like this game a lot. That's really cool. How do you even get a job like that? I read English. I read it well. Some might say it's my first language. Total luck. Wow, that's good lighting. That is very pretty. It's not realistic per se, but it's good. I like it. Freelance TV writer saw this job come up and just applied and was lucky enough to get it. Oh, that's very cool. Freelance TV writer, are you based out of LA? Ah, that makes more sense because this game is... Weren't the makers of this game French? I feel like they were French. Oh, look, it's getting a little janky. What's happening? Catch up, baby. Come on, you can do it. There's a travel point. Cool. Yeah, I only like today and last night became aware of all of the crazy stuff that's been going on with them. Who is this now? These are totally different people than the first time I did this. There are crying women here this time. What is happening? This game is crazy. In loving memory, Albert Throgmorton, son of respected Robert Throgmorton, and descendant of a robust bloodline. The story that these guys are based on is really funny. Not funny, haha, but like real messed up. Do you remember this particular like through line of the story where you're like I haven't done all of it yet, but where you're finding out like sort of the family lineage a little bit? Yeah, I'm very familiar with this story. It's messed up. It's messed up. And descended of a robust one, right? Oh, he was only 25. Jeez. We mourn his untimely death, but we celebrate the way he lived his life. The Throgmorton family appreciates the many comforting words and prayers sent by the citizens of Oakmont. You're early-ish by the looks. Yeah, no, there's... the thing is like, I'll discover it, you know, like, how it's different from the original. Because, like, I know all these stories. Like, I'm the one who's, like, looking at street names and seeing the names of stores and being like, oh, that's a reference, that's a reference. Like, these guys' entire existence is a reference.
The door won't budge.
Soon enough. Dude, they hid some deep cuts in this game. Boy, you don't even know. Like, I'm, like, hang out with me. I'll spot them. I'll spot them. By the way, I played maybe, I don't know, I was almost done with, no, I had just started the third main story line when I realized that I wanted to play this for stream and started it over today. Like, I only played it over the weekend. Is that Reed with the shotgun? No. No. Although, you know what happened to me while I was playing this the other night? So, like, you know how you have to come in here and you see his body on a couple of occasions? I came in here during the part where, like, they had replaced him with, like, a gigantic life-size cake. And the game had bugged, so he was standing right here, just, like, looking around as people ate a cake that looked like him. Super weird. His character model was just, like, chilling over here, just, like, watching everybody do stuff. Very strange. I was like, yo, nobody sees this? And then I realized it was a bug. For real.
The mortician has touched him up well. The mortician has touched him up well.
I mean, who hasn't been there? For sure.
Bad news, Mr. Throgmorton. The expedition members are dead, and the Innsmouthers kidnapped the professor.
Those degenerates, they dare get in my way.
Your expedition found something buried in the ruins. The Innsmouthers were after it. They captured Professor Dell, along with the artifact she was carrying.
Artifact? What artifact? Where did you find them? Tell me everything.
Your men found some kind of underwater temple. In it was an ancient artifact. The Innsmouthers call it the Seal. The Innsmouthers were lying in wait. Your men took the item, and the Innsmouthers took their chance and made off with Professor Dell and the artifact.
How did they catch them off guard?
Seems that after the seal was taken from its place, everyone in the expedition suffered some kind of mental breakdown. The Innsmouthers must have known about that and waited for the right moment.
They knew what was going to happen. Inconceivable. Wait a moment, how did you know they were Innsmouthers?
One of the attackers was killed by a member of the expedition. I have a photo.
My expedition failed. My boy was killed. This is more than personal, Mr. Reed. This is a threat to everyone.
They have Harriet and the artifact she found, but she may still be alive.
That's why I hesitate to wipe their fish-faced kin from Oakmont this instant. But we won't sit idle. Find them, Mr. Reed. Not the grunts, but their leaders. Infiltrate their ranks if need be. Bring me my professor back.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking into the madness, not politics and power games.
And your best source of information is currently in the slimy hands of those Innsmouthers. Professor Doe shared the visions. She found something inside those ruins, and now they have her. She knows something crucial, I'm certain. There's also a more delicate matter I wanted to discuss with you, Mr. Reed.
I can be delicate when it matters, so shoot.
Thanks,
I
Bernini Bot.
have a colleague, you might say. His name is Herbert Glover. Like myself, he is a collector of fine art.
I'm a detective, Mr. Throgmorton, not a burglar.
I don't care for your insinuation, Mr. Reed. I would never be so crass as to hire a thief. I had a meeting arranged with Herbert. One of great importance, shall we say. One at which he failed to appear. I want you to find out why.
That sounds simple enough. Okay, I'll do it.
Very good, Mr. Reed. There is one final detail. This case must remain secret, and you must not reveal to anyone for whom you are working.
Discretion is my watchword.
Indeed. Here is Herbert's address in advance for your investigation. You'll find it's fair.
Okay. Cool.
Have a good day.
Woof. Yeah, look at all that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna get myself basically caught up to where I was on the story missions, which is to say, I'm going to do, I'm gonna do the next main part of the story, so I can get myself my shotgun back, and then I'll feel safe again. But first, Hey, Shady, what else have you worked on that I might know? Just out of curiosity, as you know, somebody who also occasionally works in video games and wouldn't mind doing some TV at some point, but I have no no honest to goodness billable writing experience. But I'm good at it, I promise. Oh nice, I can make explosives and traps now. That's cool. Not much that has made it overseas, I'm afraid. Oh, sorry, I immediately forgot that you weren't based in the US again. Fair enough. Fair enough. Still really cool, though. Okay. Let's, smart packing... or Radiant Mind. There's a show called Good Grief I created, which might be making its way over there soon. About two sisters who inherit a funeral home. That sounds amazing. I would watch that. Man, you better keep coming around here, because it sounds like you do some interesting stuff. We're gonna go for, what's more important, keeping my sanity? I guess keeping my sanity at least partially. Radiant Mind. If I may ask a personal question as a person of color, how do you tackle Lovecraft's more bigoted tendencies? I just remember that he was old. Or, that's not... Hold on. I tried to be flippant about it and it didn't work. Honestly, how do I do it? The answer is that I remember that this guy... Yes, he did some amazing... He wrote some amazing stories. But, not that this is an excuse. He was a product of his time. That's not what's important. What's important was that he was also a recluse and a shut-in, and both of his parents were crazy, and just like nothing mentally speaking, sort of falls into your standard parameters for a well-adjusted human. And I just, I'm a strong believer in the idea that you are a product of your environment as well as your upbringing. And his upbringing was crazy, and he was a shut-in, and he was afraid of everything. That includes people of all types. He wanted to be he was an Anglophile. He desperately wished he was British, and you show him a lot of empathy, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, death of an artist is definitely a thing. Honestly, if you really study anyone and just stare at them long enough, you will find a reason to be mad at them. A guy who had severe mental health issues his entire life, but was too afraid to leave the house, let alone meet somebody who would tell him so, or to meet anybody who acted, or thought differently than himself. Aside from, weirdly, the fact that he had a Jewish wife at one point, that I doubt he ever slept with or had any sort of relations with at all. You just gotta... I don't think that he should be forgiven, but I think that it's important to understand that people are just messes sometimes, and he is one of the biggest. Like, historically speaking, the dude was afraid of the ocean. He was afraid of women. He was afraid of people of color. He was afraid of just indigenous peoples in general. He was afraid of other countries. He was afraid of immigrants. He was afraid of people who... True. He was afraid of, like, rural people and rural areas. He was like, this is beautiful and everything, but please give me New England where everything has been, like, manicured and I know what's there, and, you know, old houses scare me and the ocean scares me, and like, ultraviolet light scares me and refrigeration scares me. Like, you know, like, the guy was just, he was afraid of everything. He had night terrors when he was a child. Some of his well-known creatures are like the what are they called, the night gaunts are something he had nightmares about when he was a child, and they just never left him alone. You know what I mean? Like, the guy was just a wreck, and always was, and was till he died. And he died penniless. The guy he's not alive anymore, so I just choose not to hold it against him. Hey, John, what's going on? How are you tonight? It's a Lovecraftian game. Yeah, no, for sure. This is a Lovecraft game, definitely. Oh yeah, no problem. I have a soft spot in my heart for his writing. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, Shady. You know, I have a soft spot for his writing, and I like reading old things, and I know I'm gonna find some stuff that I don't like. Lovecraft has a pretty infamous poem that I 100% do not like. And he uses some language, and he has a tendency to name black cats after things that I don't care to name things after. But the guy had ideas, and he essentially created a genre, and I choose to not overlook it. Oh yeah, I've read it and I've watched the show. I'm well familiar. Lovecraft Country is actually great, and I'm sad that it's not getting a second season. We're going with smart packing. I was a bit lukewarm on the show. I wanted to like it more than I did. I liked it more than I did than some people, mostly because I saw references to Black history that a lot of people might not notice for what they are. Oh, come on, man. This is just blatant. I didn't notice this on my last playthrough. I mean, I didn't finish the game or anything, but, like, I totally missed this. Wow. Just wow. Wow. Anyway, I appreciated a lot of the references that you got in that show. That just... The same way I sit here and I'm looking at street names and noting things. You know. Did you see the pitch they gave for Lovecraft Country Season 2? No, I didn't. I really enjoyed it, man. I was really hoping for that second season. Like, I liked it a lot. What was the pitch for the second season? I didn't see anything about that. While you do that, I'm gonna figure out where I'm going next. Here, a dagger. Okay. The word evidence tells me police station for sure. You just give me all kinds of good stuff tonight, Shady. I have to look at this picture at the very least. Season 2 of Lovecraft Country begins in a new world, and that new world is a country that sits precisely where the United States used to sit. Welcome to the sovereign states of America. Oh boy. Tribal nations of the West, White Lands, New Negro Republic, Jefferson Commonwealth. Oh, yeah. I wonder why we didn't get a second season. Yeah. Yeah. This would have made this would have made some people real angry. Sorry. I'm laughing because there's a comment that says that map shook the shit out of them. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. Oh man. Well, I mean, okay, so I mean, like to that point, think about Man in the High Castle. It was totally fine to make it was totally fine to make a show where the Nazis won World War II and just took over America, but we can't have the opposite happening. No, no, no. That's a bridge too far. But oh boy, was that made my night. Like that is not what I thought it would be. I thought we would get something like a Guardians of the Galaxy type situation where we've got some witches, or we've got some powerful wizards, the child of the chosen one, an old angry man who remembers the way things used to be and is happy for the future, and a girl with a robot arm, and a mother from the future just saving black people. That's what I thought we were gonna get, but we did not get that, did we? What am I looking for? I wanted some time and space adventures where they like made America amazing for like black Americans, but instead we got something that was way more ambitious and immediately got nixed. Oh boy. Yeah, I would have watched that so much. Like I would have loved it. I would have loved it. Oh, thank you so much for showing me that. What was I looking for? I need to go to the police station, so we're going here. That was the funniest thing I have seen all day. I like how there are just cultists walking around. And also, exactly, one guy, like everybody else has like backpacks full of like random stuff and like a baby doll on top, and there's one guy that's just got body parts. I don't know. He's got like a top hat and body parts. To be fair, HBO also canceled Confederate. The one really? I hadn't even heard about that one. Okay. Whoa, I never noticed. Wow, look at this. I hadn't looked at their logo before. That guy's rubbing his arm with his gun. God, I don't like this guy.
Don't waste my time.
Alright, man. I'm gone. It was announced as a new project. That doesn't... Wonder why I hadn't heard of it. Yeah, I was also really bummed when there wasn't a season 2 for Watchmen. I was really enjoying where that was going. Let's go. Violent crimes. Suspects. And we'll say, I think the shells... Maybe the district is the problem. Let's try evidence. We'll do instruments of crime. Hey! We got a hit. Carnival has 2 seasons. HBO cans a lot of interesting series. Season 1, John from Cincinnati. Carnival had 2 seasons. Okay. But the creators never wanted to make more. HBO asked for more Watchmen. Yeah, I know. But, like, that was a bad place to end it, man. Like, a bunch of crazy stuff happens at the end, and it just, like, stops. Like, I know that it was the choice of the creators. I still wanted more. But I guess that's what you do. You get out, leave them wanting more, leave them wanting more. At about 10:30 p.m., April 15th, at the Fish Market, Eastern Shell's corner of Orchard Ave and Holy Fire Lane, I apprehended suspicious-looking Innsmouther as he was stalking a young woman. The suspect had in his possession a peculiar golden amulet which resembled a fish eye seized, as well as a dagger seized. The suspect resisted arrest. When I tried to cuff him, he cried for help, screaming for his brothers from the Eod. By the way, I don't know if you recognize that. They only call it, well, I guess eventually they tell you what it is, but definitely the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Several other armed Innsmouthers appeared from the fish market. I was forced to release said Innsmouther and retreat. The suspect got away. The case is pending further investigation. Lieutenant Phelps. We going to the shells, baby! I don't think I've been to the shells. This is where we're going. I love wanting more, but feeling satisfied. I mean, that's fair. Whoa! Look at that eel. Look at these gross cat things. Those things are so nasty. That's a good name for them.
Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Fish? Fresh fish? Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Don't be shy.
I love this woman's voice.
Do you want a fishy? Do you want a fishy? Do you want a fishy? Do you want a fishy?
This used to be an okay place to live.
What are you selling, mister? I don't see any goods.
Give me the fishy!
I offer what everyone in this Borg needs most. Safety and comfort. You a newcomer? Where are you staying?
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Whoa.
Old Victor always thinks so small. A man of your talents could earn his board 100 ways. Maybe you want some more spending money?
Okay.
Got a job for a private eye, mister? I'm always up for a good side gig.
Huh.
Come
That's
on.
what I like to hear. I'm Walter. I need someone capable to take care of an issue on my property. Local fauna, if you know what I mean.
I guess we'll just... Okay.
Let me guess.
Hey,
you need
no,
a gun
it's-
for hire.
Is it gonna be fixed
Or
now?
is there another task?
I need you
Ugh.
to place these incense burners on the top floor of my properties to drive off the wild beasts. Take a photo for me as proof.
Smoke that repels wild beasts. Does that even work?
Where is it?
Of course it
Hey,
will.
okay.
No doubt. I bought it from a friend I trust.
I did
Okay.
before I realized there were all those problems. This is actually their official version that they talk about on their Twitter. This one came from, was it Games Planet or whatever? So now I've got both, but I went ahead and I was like, oh, I see that you guys are having all this trouble, so I was like, let me just buy the deluxe version from like Games Planet, because it's actually 60, or is it, I think it's 60, or it's either 60 or 80% off right now. It cost me $25.
Real estate's a risky business. How'd you get into it?
All my life,
Oh, come
I
on.
was a common Fisk trader. But I wanted more. I dreamed, so I scrimped and saved, and bought several houses. Gonna rent them to the refugees and newcomers. And I have even greater plans.
I wonder what his greater plans are.
See you later.
Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Do you want a fishy? Do you want a fishy? Do you want a fishy? Don't be shy. Fish? Fresh fish? Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Don't be shy. We have enough for everyone.
I've heard that I can find an organization hereabouts that goes by the name of the Eod. Am I in the right place?
You sure are. I happen to be a representative of the EOD. Pleased to meet you. My name's Anna. Can I help you with something?
Charles Reed. Just a few questions, if I may.
Of course. Ask away, Charlie.
What is the EOD? I mean, what do you do as an organization?
Well, we are a non-profit charitable organization.
Oh, the Esoteric Order of
Better to say that
Dagon.
we're a gathering of volunteers. We're not an official charity yet. As for what we do, we try to help ease the suffering in our city as much as we can.
Oh, how do you do that?
We provide fish for the hungry and fix the homes of the poor. We also patrol the streets at night to keep the wild beasts and bandits at bay. And many, many more things. Whatever needs doing. Anything to help the people, Charlie.
I'm gonna hit the "Don't Call Me Charlie" button. I want to see if she keeps doing it. So what do I have to say about this? Esoteric Order of Dagon is definitely a cult. They definitely bang fish people and make fish offspring so that their offspring can live forever. And the reason that they have all of those fish are because they're being pushed in by the Deep Ones. Like, it's like part of the arrangement that they have. Also, it's why some of the Innsmouthers have just like a ton of gold, specifically the marshes, and I'm willing to guess the black, what are they, the black stones, the black somethings, probably also getting money from the gold that's being brought in. That's why, actually, this whole thing seems to take place immediately following the stuff that happened. Blackwood, thank you. This story seems to basically almost immediately follow Shadow over Innsmouth, because they talk about Innsmouth being destroyed and all the people here being refugees from there, which is to say they're people that weren't caught by the cops when Innsmouth was completely razed and they torpedoed Devil's Reef. Incidentally, Isn't it funny that the hotel is called the Devil's Reef Hotel when that's the location where sacred rites were taking place on Innsmouth? How's that? Because the hotel there was called the Gilman. How'd I do?
It's Charles, not Charlie.
Oh, but you're too sweet to be a Charles. Your adorable, rugged hangdog look just screams Charlie to me. Puts a smile on my face.
Oh, fine.
Wow, he folded quick.
What does EOD stand for?
Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Everyone's obvious duty.
Wrong.
When we began, it also had is to help each other, but we dropped that part. It was a little bit wordy.
I wonder what that's... I bet that stands for something.
It's been great chatting with you, but I'm actually here to speak with the Eod Leadership. You know where I can find them?
Not so fast, Charlie. Nobody meets the top brass without being a member. You need to earn a rank in the EOD first.
Oh, you're kidding me. What for?
You need to prove yourself. Show us through your actions that you're worth our time. No offense, Charlie.
So, are there any benefits for joining the EOD?
You get to bang
We don't do this for
fishies.
money, Charlie. We do this because it's the right thing to do. Think of it as working towards a higher purpose.
I don't know. Can I get a giant oversized tiara that doesn't fit my head, Obed Marsh style? What do you think?
How can I join?
Agreed.
That all depends on what skills you can offer us. What do you do best?
Well, I'm afraid my resume's in my other jacket. Let me see. I was in the Navy during the war, and ever since it ended, I've been a private eye.
The sea provides. Turns out we have a job that's a perfect fit for you.
You need me to sail somewhere? I have a boat.
As much as I'd love to go sailing with you, I actually had something else in mind.
Okay. Tell me more about this job.
Well, last night someone tried to break into our fish storage room. Luckily,
I know,
the guard
right?
scared him off, but I fear they'll be back to finish the job. That's why we've been busy today giving away all the fish to the people. We'd rather it get into the hands of the needy than to some thief.
And you want me to find whoever this thief is, right?
You're smart, Charlie. I like it. Exactly.
Thanks, Bernini Bot.
Fine.
But as you know, Bernini Bot, it's been
Good.
fairly questionable
Thank
lately.
you. Here's the address. Tell the guard the password, I serve the sea, and he'll let you into the storeroom.
See you later.
I have such a huge... Oh, wait. There's somebody else to talk to. I have such a huge backlog of like, stuff.
Has a part to play, and it is only fair to be afraid. Titanic forces are at work, infinitely greater than ourselves. Unknowable, incomprehensible. There will be sacrifice. There will be loss. There will be darkness. But these are the hallmarks of a pivotal moment in time.
So, I have thoughts about this guy.
Us has a part to play.
So, I have thoughts about this guy because he's clearly an Innsmouther. Not only that, but he's an important one. I can't tell if he's supposed to be a young Innsmouther or if he just isn't turning very fishy compared to others. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes it happens that way. Some of them never transform enough to go into the sea. I wonder if he's just young.
Interesting speech. You really think there's an upside to all this?
Absolutely.
Don't touch me.
The darker the day, the brighter we can all shine.
Well, his head's not pointy. He has all of his hair still. You know.
All that's needed is faith. I am called Ebernote Blackwood, and this is the place I have chosen to share my message. Please, come to one of my full sermons.
Charles Reed. Good to meet you. Blackwood. You're a member of the Grand Family.
I am indeed the last of that line. Inheritor of an empty mansion and a severed history.
The guy in the background. The guy who's just, like, clearly drunk and trying to maintain. Like, that's definitely what he's got going on there. Like, that guy is wasted.
I'll see you around.
Don't act weird. Don't act weird. They'll know. Keep it. Oh. Okay, that was very funny. Thank you. So let's see. Let's quid pro quo. Police reported did that part. Anna's request. Okay, so we're gonna do Anna's request. We're gonna go the shells on Hawking Lane between Warren Road and Liberty Road. The shells. Warren Road. Here we go. It's right here. If you hit space while the casebook, it will keep that up. And then, oh, really? Neat. Thank you. So let me ask you something. Did the way the sun moves in this game drive you absolutely batty? Because it makes me crazy. Like, it's just sort of daytime, and then like what they should have what it should have done is it should just like fade from day to night, but instead the sun travels and does crazy stuff in the like to the shadows everywhere. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I mean, it's... Nobody seems to notice. I notice every time. Like, are you guys just used to this? It's definitely weird, but I kind of, just went along... Yeah, same. The same way, I never seem to sleep. Their first open world game as a double A dev. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I got no judgment. I'm just like, it's a weird choice, you guys. Like, for me, it's like, you guys, this is real janky. Let's just turn it off. like Like, we haven't been able to get it to work. Just turn it off, Steven. Yeah, seriously. You ain't kidding. When you see a compass in the radar HUD, make sure you... Yeah, I know. Did one pop up? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Should grab that real quick. Just in case I die. Lots of infested areas over here. Okay, this is the guy I was talking about. This one random dude. Let me really quick just... The one random guy who just has body parts. Also, he's puking his guts out right now. But that thing is full of body parts. Why? And why does nobody say anything to him? I'm not gonna say anything to him. I don't want to get stabbed. Well, you don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to leave him just lying around. I guess that's fair. Hello.
You got business here.
I do. I serve the sea, my guy.
I serve the sea. Anna sent me here to investigate the recent break-in.
Sea be praised. Finally. I'm Daryl Grimes. How can I help you?
I actually really like Daryl. I know Daryl's a good dude.
Can you tell me what happened? Don't skimp on the details.
Not much to tell, sadly. It was a man, that much I know. He snuck in while I was upstairs.
Yeah, for sure.
Tried to steal the fishies, but I heard him. Nearly got him with a harpoon by Kay, but I missed in the dark. He got away, that Dane. But I wonder, why steal what you can get for free?
Yeah, that's a bit of a puzzler. What did this burglar look like?
Bald as an egg.
Same height as you. Not too big, not too small. Nothing to write home about. An average Joe. If not for his bald head. That guy was as bald as an egg. I could see the moonlight reflecting off the top of his head.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Come on back any old time. Appreciate it. Usually this is an art stream, but, you know, I had a really rough week finishing up a project, so this is what I'm doing now. At least for the rest of this week.
What did he steal?
Hope to see you soon.
Nothing. I scared him off before he could.
Oh, 3D. Type !floppy, and you'll pull up the project I've been helping out with. I've been working on an indie game with some people. I've been doing environment stuff. Oh. I promise that this is not like that. Actually, here, I'll put up a couple of things for you real quick. Yeah. So there's that. At some point I need to go ahead and link the there's some gameplay that I can show, but I haven't gotten around. I really need to play it on here and just link the videos to point people at. It's on YouTube, but it's sort of hard to find. I think it's marked as a private link, so somebody else has already done it, just the gameplay. So I should really add that maybe tomorrow. But yeah.
Where did he go after that?
Don't know, pal. He was way faster than me.
Nice. Cool. Well, have a good night. Enjoy your dinner. I should be on for... Oh, it's almost midnight. I don't know how much longer I'll be on. I'll maybe finish up this mission and call it a night. Try and get some sleep. But we'll see. We'll see. Yep, take it easy.
What's the deal with the password and such?
Orders from the higher-ups. I don't get to ask why.
All right. Well, that's enough for now, Mr. Grimes. I've got to go to work.
Here, take the key. May the sea bless you.
Sure, man.
Wow. It pierced a good inch of solid wood like it was nothing. The hall's fresh, still smells of the sea. No signs of decomposition at all. That's a fancy-looking bottle. Looks like it was taken from a lab somewhere. And there's some kind of powder left on the bottom. I better not touch it. It could be dangerous.
Nope. Nope. Crap. Well, that was easy. Thanks, Bernini Bot.
Nice work. When I was a kid, I would have gone nuts for this. Well, if it was finished, that is.
Letter from the orphanage. Dear Mr. Grimes, we can't thank you enough for what you do for the children. In these dark times, your toys go down like a tall glass of water. We all pray for your good health every day. We also kindly remind you that we still await your visit. All our staff, and of course the children, are eager to finally meet our benefactor in person, so please don't hesitate and come as soon as you are able. With eternal gratitude, a mission of Oakmont St. Jerome's Orphanage. Dude's a good dude!
This guy must really be into his hobby to have such impressive tools.
Look at this logo. I love it. Definitely a dude making out with a fish. Oh boy.
I have questions.
Yeah. Me too. The temple discovered by the expedition was a place of worship for the weird creature. The statue and the prehistoric ruins looked like they were made not by a hand of man. A simple gold chain ending in a half-broken link that has been bent out of shape.
Thing's dead as a doornail, but I don't see any wounds. So first it ate the fish, and now it's dead. That's troubling.
Come back, you thief. I'll show you not to mess with us.
I hope Professor Westerbrook never learns about this. Just a little bit more. Hold up.
Darn pests. Mayor, take them.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
I hope Professor Westerbrook never learns about this. Just a little bit more. Hold up.
Darn pests. Mayor, take them. Come back, you thief. I'll show you not to mess with us.
A man broke into the fish storage, poisoned the fish with an unknown substance, then made a noise which alerted the guard, who chased him out.
Alright. You seem to be okay. Visiting the university to find a professor. Okay.
You dig up anything interesting?
You could say
I
that.
sure did. Turns out our friend here wasn't here to rob the place. He came to poison the fish.
By the sea. Are you sure?
Well, that's what the evidence suggests, anyway.
Okay, this is horrible. Please don't tell Anna it was my fault, or she'll have me quartered.
Anna will quarter you. You're joking about that, right?
Wish I was. Anna, she's ruthless when it comes to punishing the guilty, EOD member or not.
That's unexpected. Huh. Don't worry, I won't tell her. You seem like a decent sort, Daryl. I'll make something up.
Thanks, Mr. Reed. Here's a little something to express my gratitude. Take care now. Still, I've done wrong and I deserve to be punished. I'll stay on guard duty for the next month without a day off. You have my word.
All right.
Okay.
You go ahead and do what you gotta do, I guess. Can you remind me where I can find the Oakmont University?
You can't miss it. It's the greatest thing Oakmont has to offer, except maybe our famous caramelized eel stew. Give me your map. There you go. But don't forget to first report your findings to Anna.
I found a hidden room full of shackles and chains downstairs. Looks like some kind of torture chamber. Know anything about it?
What? Stop talking, Truck. That can't be true. I know this place top to bottom.
Now, Daryl, you know I'm a detective. And if you're lying, I'm going to find out one way or another.
I've got nothing to do with it, I swear, Mr. Reed. Go ask Anna. She's responsible for renting the place. I know nothing about this.
Okay. I'll talk to Anna. We'll see if your story holds up. See ya.
May the sea protect you.
May the sea protect you.
Oh.
on. Your vote is your choice. Choose wisely.
Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Fish? Fresh fish?
I've got news about your fish storage problem.
Oh, I'm all ears, Charlie.
It only looked like a robbery. Some guy broke into the storage to poison the fish. Near as I can tell, he succeeded, at least partially. I realize it's a lot to take on faith. Look, I've got a sample of what I think is the poison, though I can't identify it yet.
See, protect us. That's terrible. What kind of man would do such a thing, and why?
I don't know, but I aim to find out.
We need to stop distributing the fish. We have to let everyone know about this. Kay knows how many people might already be affected.
Any theories on who might have done this? Any enemies?
The Eod has a lot of enemies. Wicked people that want to burn this city or drown it in blood. It could be anyone. It could be the police, the Ku Klux Klan, see, take them, or even the Throgmortons. We were always a thorn in the side of those apes.
What do you want me to do with the poisoner once I find him?
I'd bring an end to him right there if I were you. The police and court are useless these days.
That wasn't the deal. I'm a detective, not a hitman.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Report to me when you find him. I'll see that the reward will be more than handsome, if you know what I mean.
I'll, see what I can do.
One thing still bothers me. The guard at the storage, Daryl. What was he doing at the time?
Oh, are you? The game is a little bit, Oh. Uh-oh. I'm not getting any errors on my end. I know that I definitely was getting some weird janky stuff with the actual look of the game sometimes.
You should hire better guards. That chump was
No!
twiddling his thumbs and almost completely missed the break-in.
No!
I'll make sure he gets what's coming to him.
Ugh.
Thank you for telling me, Charlie.
I hit spacebar. That was a mistake.
See you later.
I didn't want to screw that guy over. That was an accident. Guess I'm doing all that again. Is it okay now, Timid?
Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny.
I've got news.
Oh,
It only looked like a robbery.
Okay.
I realize it's a lot.
see, protect us. That's terrible.
Okay.
What kind of man would do such?
I don't know.
I mean,
Any theory?
if you need to
could be
sleep, I get
anyone.
it.
What do you want me to do with the poisoner?
Okay,
once I
my
find
dear.
him?
Sleep well.
I'd bring an end to him right there.
That wasn't the...
Fair enough.
I'll,
One thing still bothers.
Your guard was vigilant. He fought bravely, but the poisoner knocked him out. You ask me, he deserves a raise.
Good old dependable Daryl. I hope he's okay.
Okay. I don't think I'll
see he
step too
gets
much
his due.
longer anyway.
Goodbye, Charlie.
I've found what looks suspiciously like a dungeon in the basement of your fish storage. Care to explain?
Excuse me? You've found what?
A dungeon. Chains, shackles, and blood. Ring any bells?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds awful. We only started renting the place a few weeks ago. Goodness. I'm going to have to ask our landlord several uncomfortable questions, it seems. Thanks for the heads up, Charlie.
Now, refresh my memory.
I know it very well. Here.
You were a student there, I take it.
Yes, that's right. I earned my degree there a while ago. Are you surprised?
I just wasn't expecting to see a college graduate working here is all. I never had the opportunity myself. Could say I'm a bit jealous.
You'll find that here in Oakmont, a woman can achieve much more than on the mainland. Our university has always accepted women with open arms.
Okay. That was loaded.
See you later.
Guess I can get as far as Oak Street. Ibon, Alhazred, Ward, Yellow King Ave. Jeez. The names of the streets over here are portentous. Not a place I'd like to live. That's for sure. Now, where is the science part of the school? Hello.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Oakmont University Department of Medicine. I'm Samuel.
Charles Reed, private investigator. I have a few questions if you don't mind. You recognize this bottle? Maybe you could tell me what's inside.
That's one of our lab bottles. We have a lot of them. As for what's inside, I'd need to run some tests.
Yeah, could you do that for me?
These tests aren't cheap. And the other day I could get right to it, but we're, somewhat hindered right now.
What's up?
Our lab is crawling with, well, creatures. Professor Westerbrook's research is a little unconventional, and something went wrong. Really wrong.
So, if I do a little pest control for you, you'll run those tests for me. For free?
Our budget is tight. You'd be helping the cause of science, Mr. Reed. Isn't that enough?
Oh, I guess science could help itself.
All right. Yes, you solve our problem, and I'll run the test for you. Off the books. Here's the key for the basement.
Thank you kindly. Time for me to do a thing that I don't want to do. Alright, here we go. Ugh.
What kind of person would even touch this? Not to mention dissect it. Some serious equipment they've got here. Oakmont University is clearly well funded. I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here? I wonder what would happen if... So very tempting.
Ugh. Well, I survived. Twas not fun.
Your lab is certified creature-free.
Excellent, Mr. Reed. You've done us a great favor. Now we can get things up and running again.
Your lab was, interesting. Running experiments on those creatures. What's up with that?
Oh, they're fascinating, aren't they? Convincing evidence of new branches in the evolutionary tree. Can you blame us for taking an interest?
Maybe not, but so much dead flesh down there, that's going to attract scavengers. Didn't you think about that?
Yeah, well, no. We'll be more careful in the future. Your point's taken.
Okay. I've done my part. Here's the bottle. Now you run those tests.
Yes. Wait here. It shouldn't take long. We finished that analysis, sir. It's ricin.
Ricin?
A highly toxic poison extracted from castor beans. It's slow-acting, but absolutely fatal to humans.
How can you tell if someone's been poisoned with ricin?
The symptoms take several days to develop. At first, it's like a common cold. But over several days, well, it develops into hemorrhage, internal organ failure, and death. It's not a pleasant way to die.
So, where do you get ricin? This isn't something you can pick up from a drugstore.
About that. It is rare, but we have a certain amount of it here. For study, in our poison store. Or we did. I'm afraid that must be where it came from. The label had been tampered with, but it certainly looks like ours. Where did you find it?
Crime scene. Someone was trying to poison a bunch of fish with it.
This is horrible. I need to warn everyone in the university about this.
There's some kind of cure for ricin?
I'm afraid not. Once it's in your system, it's a death sentence.
Who's got access to where the poison's stored?
Only Professor Westerbrook has the key. His office is upstairs, right alongside Professor Cavendish's. Professor Westerbrook's not here, though. He's been sick for the last few days. Professor Cavendish is away as well, on vacation.
Where do they live?
I'm not sure, but probably somewhere in Advent. Most of the teaching staff live there. Wait, you don't think it was one of them?
I'm working on that. Can you let me upstairs?
Well... all right. This is serious. I'll help you. Here's the key, but please don't disturb the professor's things.
I'd like to know a bit more about your professors.
What do you want to know?
I want to know more about Westerbrook.
He's the head of our department. He's been here for, well, at least 30 years. He's one of the longest-serving staff we have. As you've already seen, he's particularly interested in the wild beast that recently appeared in our city.
Yeah, that's quite the unique fauna you have there.
I've no idea how he did it, but Mr. Throgmorton's men brought him live specimens for his research. He thinks he's on the verge of a breakthrough in evolutionary theory. A secret that, once revealed, will benefit all humankind.
Some secret should stay buried, 6 feet under.
You're not a man of science, are you? It's not about why. It's about what if.
What can you tell me about Professor Cavendish?
He's one of the most brilliant teachers we have here. A PhD at only 25. Just imagine. His biochemistry studies are second to none, worthy of a Nobel Prize. If he could complete his work.
What's his problem?
I don't know. There's some kind of family trouble. It's made him standoffish and irritable, and easily distracted. I hope he gets through whatever he's going through. We need his talent, especially in these dark times.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
So much information.
These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison.
This should be good enough to make a decent copy.
I got all the evidence. Hmm. Heading for Oakmont City Hall.
What's your problem?
Burn your eyes clean, for the dusk of time is at hand. Here's the prophecy inscribed in the twilight of the dying moon. The hidden shall arise and drown the world in its Icarus waters.
Okay.
Burn your eyes clean.
What is that?
Extra, extra. All the news
What even is this? And I can climb it, which is crazy. I don't like it. No, sir.
The door won't budge.
It's a church. Nah, he's in the ocean. I appreciate your enthusiasm, though. I'm so close to the library, I might as well check it out.
Hello?
Hello. Welcome to Oakmont University Library. Joy Hayden. Can I help?
Charles Reed, private investigator. I apologize for my bluntness, but can I ask you a question?
Mouth?
Yeah.
Punishment. Long story.
Again, sorry for me being so direct, but that can't be legal, can it? This looks like... it looks like torture.
Legal in Oakmont. Local custom.
Huh. I need to see your book catalogs.
Sure. Over there.
And that's it? No payment, no threatening, no favors in return?
No. Library public. Knowledge for everyone. Welcome.
Well, that's music to my, eyes. This city doesn't look like it has much need for books, except as fuel for fires. How come the library's in such good shape?
Mr. Throgmorton. Funds. Keeps everything in check.
Really? Huh. I wouldn't have thought that of him. I wonder why.
He says people need hope, entertainment, escapism. Now more than ever, can't imagine library without his help.
Bye, Joy.
I like Joy. Joy seems real chill. I didn't actually need to come to the library, I just wanted to see if there was anything here. And there isn't. I'm sure at some point there'll be a reason to come here, but there is not one right now. Well, it's like a custom. She said something she shouldn't have, I guess? I don't know. She seems fine with it. I'm sure we'll find out what she did at some point. I am rather curious. I taste like the dreams of mad children. Okay.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
Nah, I'm good.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
I already told you no. How did you get there so fast? This woman.
Yes, yes, I haven't got all day. What do you want?
Just wanted to say hi. I'm new in town.
Oh, how nice for you. If you need to look anything up in our archives, get in line like everybody else.
Well, if that's the way it is, then that's the way it is.
Good. I'm glad we understand each other.
Yeesh.
Bye.
She's unpleasant, no matter what you say to her. So, let's see. Poison thief. We know he lives in Advent. Citizen. Do legal documents since I'm looking for housing records. Citizen records, better. We got an address. He has the same birthday as me. Alright. Let's mark it on the map, I guess. He lives in Advent, which I'm in. Advent Central on St. Michael's Street. Be like right. Forefathers. Innsmouth, Murdoch. St. Michael's, here we go. St. Michael's Street. Oh, nice. I'm actually super close, I think. Between Carpenter's and between Carpenter and Constitution. Here's Constitution. Here's Carpenter. He lives here. How is this Advent West? Whatever.
Nothing to look on. All on sale. Today only.
It's here somewhere. That looks about right. Nailed it.
The door won't budge. The door won't budge.
Oops. I hit the wrong button.
And judging by the layer of dust on it, this ring hasn't been worn in a long time. So why keep it around?
I'm not reading this stuff because this is literally some of the last stuff I did yesterday when I played the game.
This Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation, and the Eod is in the center of all of it.
I love how none of these beds ever have sheets on them. Or blankets or anything.
And judging by the layer of dust on it, this ring hasn't been worn in a long time. So why keep it around?
One last thing to check.
I loved you. I always loved you.
By the way, when we get a look at this guy, take a look at him and tell me if he looks 25 to you.
Fancy dresses locked away in a dark corner for a long time. I'm starting to smell some deep family trauma here.
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George.
Okay.
George, I can't live like this anymore. There's something I have to tell you.
I don't care what your damn Eod cult demands, Anna! I thought the child was mine.
Oof.
Mine!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
George, I can't live like this anymore. There's something I have to tell you.
I don't care what your damn Eod cult demands, Anna! I thought the child was mine. Mine!
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George.
George Cavendish. He had a wife named Anna. She had a baby that was not his, but blessed by the sea and claimed by the Eod. This caused their split.
Got another sleep. Okay.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Calm down. The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator.
Right now, you look like someone who's breaking into my house. A burglar. Explain yourself.
Well, Mr. Monopoly Man, let's have a conversation.
No, Cavendish. Time for you to do some explaining. Care to tell me why you poisoned the fish at the Eod warehouse? And you better not lie to me. Oh, sorry. Is this making you angry? Yeah, two can play at that game, and believe me, I've got plenty of anger for the both of us.
How dare you?
I'm only going to ask politely once. Then my gun will do the talking.
Fine. Fine. Yes, it was me. But I had a good reason to do it. It all comes back to Anna.
What's Anna got to do with all this?
As you might have already gleaned, she was my wife.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it all starts to come together now.
The Eod robbed me of her. It all started with the free fish. We were all short on food at the time, and then they hooked her with their nonsense about the benevolent sea and greater good. I looked past it for some time, but then...
She became pregnant.
Yes. At first, I was over the moon. But then one day she came to me, that snake, and told me that the child was not mine. She said it was blessed by the sea, that it was demanded by the Eod. Doomed take them! I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't.
Oh, this should be fun. What's your good reason for poisoning innocent people? You know the Eod are feeding the hungry, don't you?
No, that's exactly the problem. They're not doing it out of charity. They do it to spread their influence and recruit new members. Some of those initiates, as they call them, vanish without a trace. And not just them. They kidnap ordinary folks, too.
And poisoning the fish would prevent this. How?
Oh, you see, not everyone in this city believes in the Eod yet. They have opposition among the citizens, both rich and poor. A rumor of the Eod's fish being poisonous and several incidents would be enough to undermine the Eod by sparking fear and mistrust.
Uh-huh.
There must be another way to deal with the Eod. Like, if their crimes are that obvious, why don't you just go to the police?
They're resourceful, those sons of hagfish. They maintain a squeaky clean image, and they're good at it. I tried going to the police. They were no help at all. And I'm not suicidal enough to make it public and take them to court.
What did she mean? Blessed by the sea.
What do you think is the cause of Innsmouth syndrome in people?
Living in Innsmouth?
That K-forsaken place has nothing to do with it. It comes from breeding with monsters. These sea creatures they call Deep Ones. They take our women and they spoil them with their seed.
Then they give birth to degenerate fish-faced offspring.
Yeah, but they get to live forever, though.
Where did you learn all of this? This information about the Eod?
After Anna left, I had nothing. But I did have a lot of time to research Innsmouthers, the Eod, and the story behind them. It is an old and powerful organization. They appeared back in the mid-19th century in Innsmouth, and the first people with the Innsmouth syndrome started showing up around that same time.
Ah, perhaps not coincidentally.
Nah, of course not. And the Eod is immensely rich. The sudden rise to power of the Blackwood family happened right after they joined them.
So what's your next move?
I was interrupted and couldn't finish my task. The Eod received a fresh haul of fish, but now they're on alert, raised their guard. I understand I'm in no position to ask. But after reviewing all the facts I've presented to you, Mr. Reed, would you agree to help me?
So, yeah, about that, it's definitely real gross, but that's not how it would work on your end. I think you'd get a nice slippery fish lady, and women get vice versa. And it's not even necessarily everyone. And also, they don't really embrace that in the game, but you're like, when you're born and you grow up, you look pretty normal. The older you get, the more fishy you become. But you start out looking like a normal person, at least at first. Well, I mean, like, nobody's interested in your exit. That's not how that works. I mean, they're gonna match you up with someone that's anatomically correct for your situation.
You're a madman, Cavendish. You're willing to let innocent people suffer and die just to get revenge on your ex-wife. No, this madness has to stop. And I'm gonna put an end to it right now.
Oh, no. You don't understand.
Here we go. This guy wants to fight me. I love it. The thing is one hit and he goes down. I've learned this already. It takes nothing. Like, he instantly goes down. He's dead. I mean, like, doesn't sound like my thing either. I mean, like, you don't get to live forever, but your kids would. That's the idea behind banging fish people. Also, you get, like, a bunch of gold, usually. Like you get a bunch of gold. Your family doesn't starve because, like, the reason that the Innsmouthers started chilling with fish people in the beginning, like, they didn't even... Yeah. Well, it was like the way the original story went was like, originally they didn't have to do any of that stuff. It was very strictly like everybody was starving and they brought fish and gold, and all you had to do was, worship them twice a year or whatever. And then they got to wanting a little more, and people were like, okay, well, our kids and grandkids and everybody get to live forever. Like, one generation of this town doing that, and everybody gets to live forever who takes part in it.
The door won't budge.
Ooh. That lag, though. It's been a few days since you ate? Well, that's fine. I'm getting some weird lag right now anyway, so this is probably a good time for me to stop. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. So we'll stop here. Yeah, man. Well, alright. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's pretty late. I should go to bed too. Have a good night, or good day. I'll have a good night and get some sleep. And talk to you later. Probably be doing this again tomorrow. Why did it get so janky all of a sudden? Like everything's lagging. Alright, well I guess I'm done for the night. Oh, it just fixed itself. Shit. No, it didn't. It's definitely the game causing it. Anyway, alright, have a good night, man. Or a good day. Later.